In the words of Jules Winfield, this is some serious gourmet shit. What's good, everyone, and welcome to the channel. My name is Capitan, and today we're going to be reviewing the animated TV show Avatar The Last Airbender. Now, Avatar was released in 2005 and completed its 3-season run in 2008. You may be asking yourself, why are you reviewing a 15-year-old show? It's because it recently released on Netflix, and I binged all the episodes in about a week, something I'm very proud of. You may be saying to yourself, good for you, Cappy. Do you want a cookie? And the answer is yes. Chocolate chip preferably. None of that oatmeal raisin BS. And a glass of milk. 2%, about half full. I'm trying to watch my weight. So let's jump into what the show is all about. Now, long ago, the four nations, the air nomads, the fire nation, the earth kingdom, and the water tribes all lived together in harmony.
Then, everything changed when the fire nation attacked.
Only the Avatar, master of all four elements, could stop them. But when the world needed him most, he vanished. The characters in this universe have gained mastery over the four elements through this thing they call bending, which is like this telekinesis / martial arts that allows them to do pretty much whatever they want to do with earth, water, fire, and air. And they mostly use it for constructive purposes, like building cities and making everyday tasks a little bit easier. But every once in a while, they throw down. And by every once in a while, I mean all the time now, because the Fire Nation is a bunch of bullies. And that's basically where our story picks up. We meet Sokka and Katara, two kids from the Water Tribe, who are on some adventure, and I won't tell you how, but they eventually stumble into the Avatar, who is Aang, who's been missing for 100 years. Now, you would think he's his old man or whatever it may be, but nope. 12-year-old boy, and as goofy as can be. Now, through some happenings, these three set off on a journey to help Aang master the four elements and stop the Fire Nation. And this is basically what our show revolves around. And the focus on these three relationships are what really sets the show apart. Now, you have the Sokka and Katara relationship, they're brother and sister, so there's that sibling rivalry, going at each other's head a little bit, and also, the loving aspect of it as well. Then you also have Aang and Katara, who, have a little something going on, should I kiss her? Should she kiss me? Are we more than friends? Are we not? Are we just friends? But then there's also the relationship between Sokka and Aang, who's just the best bros, funny, do dumb things. And I really think this relationship is what holds the show up too. It's the comedy aspect. It gets really serious, but they always bring the levity, bring the fun, bring the funny, and it's a great time. Now, something you have to do when you have one of these hero type shows, like I'm the Chosen One type show, is you have to have a good villain. And Avatar has that in spades with Prince Zuko. Now, Prince Zuko is from the Fire Nation, and he's banished from the Fire Nation, and the only way he can return is if he finds the Avatar and brings him back to the Fire Nation. Now, this is a send-off mission because nobody has ever seen the Avatar for 100 years. So it's just like, you're just going to be out there sailing away.
Come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with me.
But what they do with Zuko is make his motivations and viewpoints very clear so that you, the viewer, can understand where he's coming from. Like, hey, I have to find this Avatar if I want to go home. And so now, in the back of your mind a little bit, you kind of root for him a little bit. Like, man, I hope he really finds the Avatar so he can go home. But then at the same time, it's like, you've become so invested with our big three, Katara, Sokka, and Aang. It's like, I hope they don't catch him. But maybe he can. Who knows? Like I said earlier, the people in this universe, they throw down. And when they do, some of the fight scenes are thrilling, they're exciting, and they look beautiful. If there was one drawback to the fight scenes, is that the fact that they're 15 years old. And we've come so far with technology that things like Demon Slayer and other animated shows look a little bit better. However, there is one fight scene at the very end between a certain brother and sister combination that I would put up against any animated fight scene ever. Now, I do have one fault with the show, and it is a little bit in the spoiler category, but the show's been out for 15 years. You had your opportunity to see it. No, I'm joking. If you want to leave, now is the time to leave. You gone? Perfect. Okay, now the one complaint is with the overarching enemy. They don't have any direct involvement in the show until the last 4 episodes. If they could have done something in season 2 or season 1 that really set our team back or maybe affected them in some way, I think that last battle would have hit home a little bit harder and have that closure that you need. And, because it looks beautiful, but it doesn't hit you right here where you need it to. And so it doesn't bring that closure that you're really looking forward to because you don't really know this enemy. But other than that one fault, there's nothing wrong with the show. And in the words of Jules Winfield,
It's some serious gourmet shit.
one little tidbit, if you do find yourself loving Avatar The Last Airbender, there is a sequel set about 70-ish years down the line called Avatar The Legend of Korra. And there are some contrarian opinions about this show, but I think if you liked Avatar The Last Airbender, you'll like Avatar The Legend of Korra. And then go watch it and make up your own mind. And maybe one day down the road, I will do a review on that show. We can get into some of the details of that show and why it doesn't work quite as well as Avatar The Last Airbender. Now, there's nothing really left to do but to give my final ranking of Avatar The Last Airbender. And over here, we operate on the KISS scale. No, not that type of KISS. The keep it simple, stupid scale. And I'm going to give Avatar a must watch. This is not a show where if you have time, you watch it. This is a show where you make time to watch it. I promise you, go watch it and you'll be thoroughly entertained. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know what you think in the comments. And don't forget to drop a like on the video and subscribe for more content like this. Until next time, I'm Capitans. Doses!